This is Walter Johnson with another Hurricane Hermine update on the Southwest Georgia Network, online at southwestgeorgianetwork.com, on Spreaker and YouTube at SWGA Network 12345, and on Twitter at SWGA Network. And a lot of things have happened since the last update at just before 1 o'clock our time, Eastern Daylight Time, and the Dougherty County schools, the public schools have closed their doors for tomorrow due to Hurricane Hermine. Correction, that's Hurricane Hermine. I think that's how they pronounce it, Hurricane Hermine. And 2 high school football games that were scheduled for tonight and tomorrow night, involving 3 of the 4 Dougherty County public schools, has been canceled. Monroe was supposed to play against Thomasville on Thursday, September 1st, which would have been tonight for those of you who are listening live right now. And speaking of which, it's 4:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Thursday, September 1st, right now, as I'm recording this. And also the Friday night game between Albany High and Westover was supposed to have been played at Hugh Mills Stadium for Friday, September 2nd, has been called off. And Lee County schools have closed their doors for Friday due to Hurricane Hermine. That means the football game against Hardaway out of Columbus has been canceled, and that game is unlikely to be made up at this time. And Lowndes Vikings Lowndes Vikings are scheduled to travel to Lilburn, Georgia, in Gwinnett County, east of Atlanta, northeast of Atlanta, to face Parkview. And according to the Lowndes County school system, that game is still scheduled for Friday night, tomorrow night, September 2nd at 7:30 p.m. However, if things change, and that information will be passed along, that information is going to be passed along if things change. And the most recent report, and the latest report from the Albany Herald says that heavy rainfall and tropical storm force gusts will hit the Metro Albany area late tonight, and it will make landfall in the Big Bend region of Florida, which is basically Tallahassee, Monticello, and other surrounding communities in northern Florida. And according to the National Weather Service office in Tallahassee, the timing for that landfall for Hurricane Hermine will be sometime between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, which will be a Friday. And according to Don Harrigan with the National Weather Service office in Tallahassee, by way of the Albany Herald, while there won't be sustained winds of tropical storm force, the gusts will probably be topping out in the 40 miles per hour range. And I'm sure many of you that are listening right now are probably wondering, I mean, these high school football fans especially, and they're wondering, and they're disappointed that their favorite teams won't be taking the field tomorrow night, or tonight, or tomorrow night, which will be Thursday, September 1st or Friday, September 2nd. Good number of teams will be taking the field tomorrow night, but there are obviously things that are far more important, and that's the safety of those of the general public. When you have a storm that's likely to be like a Category 1 or worse, and then you have all those maximum sustained winds, it'll drop all that drop a lot of heavy rain, not to mention gusty winds that can cause a lot of damage and everything. And the areas east of Albany, roughly between Albany and Valdosta, and that area in south central, southeast Georgia, and that that part of Georgia is likely to get the worst of the severe weather and all the rainfall. And as he mentioned earlier in this report, that the Dougherty County school system probably haven't mentioned it earlier, but just in case I didn't, and the Dougherty County school system doors will be closed for classes and other activities tomorrow. And Lee County schools are closed for tomorrow. And other school systems in the area have announced that they're shutting down for Friday. And that list includes Worth, Calhoun, Mitchell, Tift, Baker, and Decatur counties. And Deerfield, Windsor, and the two private schools in Albany, Dougherty County, Deerfield Windsor School, as well as Sherwood Christian Academy, also canceled classes for Friday. So a lot of schools and in Worth County has also been canceled for tomorrow. Well, since Worth County has been canceled, which means football game between Worth County and Veterans, which would have been the home opener for the Rams, will also be canceled. And the three colleges here in Albany State University classes in Albany State University is shutting down for tomorrow. Same thing is true for Albany Technical College as well as Starton State College. And Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College in Tifton and Valdosta State University is shutting down for Hurricane Hermine 2. And for those people who are traveling for tomorrow, or really for the entire Labor Day weekend, and they'll have to be extra careful. And if and when they do hit the road, especially if you're heading east towards Waycross, Brunswick, anywhere along the Georgia coast, and you need to be extra careful, extra careful. And according to crews with the Georgia Department of Transportation, or GDOT, and crews in the southeast and east central districts, and are going to hit the road beginning late tonight, Thursday, September 1st, and in the southwest district here in southwest Georgia, They're also to be on standby as of midnight tonight, going into tomorrow or Friday morning, just after midnight on September 2nd. And State School Superintendent Richard Woods was supposed to be in Albany, but that visit has been postponed until a later date. And Kay Hine, the executive director of the Sewega Council on Aging, said all the senior centers within its 14-county coverage area will be closed Friday because of the arrival of Hurricane Hermine. So a lot of events have been either postponed or canceled because of Hermine. And it's gonna, in a limited amount of time remaining, and another football game, high school football game that's been rescheduled due to the weather, and Cook and Brunswick, the game that was scheduled to be played in Adel, Georgia, ADEL, has been postponed until Saturday afternoon, and kickoff of that game is scheduled to be around 1 p.m. And Macon County, Irwin County, and Ocilla, Georgia, Ocilla is spelled Ocilla, Ocilla, Georgia, and that game will kick off at 4 p.m. on Monday, which would be Labor Day, September 5th. Yes, and as I'm broadcasting live and a lot of notifications coming in, I'm using that opportunity to remind listeners to log on to southwestgeorgianetwork.com to listen to any previous podcasts of the high school football roundup and or 15-minute drill when the games are being played, when it eventually do return to action. And also follow on Spreaker and YouTube at SWGA Network 12345, SWGA Network 12345, one word. And that's on Spreaker and YouTube. And follow on Twitter at SWGA Network. And you can get the latest details on anything related to Hurricane Hermine. And also a good idea to have that keep the NOAA weather radio handy. Stay a bit nearby. Listen to your local radio stations or TV stations, and of course internet services like the Southwest Georgia Network on Twitter at SWJ Network to keep you can stay posted on everything, on all things Hurricane Hermine. And I'm going to try to do more updates on Hurricane Hermine as they warrant, and throughout the night and into Friday. And also, again, stay updated on Twitter at SWJ Network. And it's probably the best place to stay informed on Hurricane Hermine. And that'll do it for now. I'm Walter Johnson. Thanks for listening. This is the Southwest Georgia Network.